Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. It has been a hot second since I recorded with you guys, or recorded for you guys, I should say. So first off, happy Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was great. My husband cooked turkey, I cooked a ham, and I also cooked a vegan roast beef, and it was surprisingly very good. It kind of tasted like stuffing. It had like cranberries on the inside. It was really good. But I don't know how much I weigh, but last time I weighed myself before Thanksgiving was I was 160. So I'm finally starting to drop weight. So that's a little bit of an update on my weight. I have been going to the gym 3 to 4 days a week, which, I mean, I feel great. So that's great. I noticed that my little love handles are starting to get a little bit smaller, so that always feels great too. Let's see what else. I was supposed to do a, I guess a workout video with resistance bands, and it has been so busy lately. Mostly because I had my first test for class, and so I was like super stressed out about it because I was like, I need to know everything. So I wanted to be super prepared. I did get a little upset, so I ended up taking my test, and I got a little bit upset because I got an 81, which is passing, but I kind of wanted something better, like around the 90s. So pertaining to my anxiety, honestly, I got my grade and kind of started having anxiety just because I was kind of upset with myself. I just thought that I was more prepared, and then the test came and I was like I had no idea what anything was. I'm just a horrible test taker. But everything else was great. My progress report was great. I don't know. You know what? Even my mom was like, that's passing. Like, why are you freaking out? And I had no reason as to why I was freaking out. Except for the fact that I just wanted to do better. I wanted to have a higher grade, and, passing with, there, it's kind of like a B-. I was just like, this sucks. Like, why is my grade not better? Like, I studied, I did the work, and to me, it was just frustrating. So that kind of triggered my anxiety. My anxiety has been a little bit worse. I definitely notice it more. I have been hit with a little bit of depression every once in a while, but I mean, it's kind of, I'm more of, I've always been aware of it, but I'm like more aware of it now, and the difference between doses, because when I was on 100, I was just kind of like mellow all the time. Now that I'm on 50 milligrams, I'm just kind of like I can kind of feel it coming back again. But I think that going to the gym has been helping me a lot, just because I can get out that frustration. And, with me, it's always been a sense of control. So when I have anxiety, it's because I have this sense of that, like, it's out of control. Like, there's nothing that I can control in a situation. And so I think that that's a lot of the reasons why I'll go to cleaning, I'll go to working out, and I'll go to cooking, because I have control of that situation. I have control of my workout. I have control, of cooking, and I have control of cleaning. And I think that, having these healthy outlets has really helped me, like, kind of push through them. But also having a really supportive husband. I'm able to comfortably tell him, hey, I'm having anxiety right now, or I just feel kind of sad, or, I'm depressed. And he, tells me, hey, you want me to take the baby? You want me to leave you alone? You want to go take a nap? So it's made it a lot easier, just because he's really accommodating to how I'm feeling. So that's great. Also, I mentioned in one of my other videos that I had to have an MRI. So I had that this morning, and I should be getting the results sometime this midweek. Another thing pertaining to my medical situation, or whatever, not scenario, but situation. So someone came into the hallway. I actually have kind of not told you guys, but I have been bleeding ever since I gave birth. I gave birth to my daughter 4 months ago. So I've been bleeding for 4 months straight. There's probably been like 4 or 5 days, various days that I have not bled. And it was like, you know, not bleeding in the middle of the day and then I would be bleeding by nighttime. So I actually went to the doctor for it because it's getting worse. And so she told me that it's either, she said it could be anything, honestly. But she was saying that the most common thing is when like there's pieces of the placenta that are left in the uterus. It could be that my uterus didn't shrink back to its full original size, I guess. And she was also saying that it could be anemia. So I have to have a pelvic ultrasound in January because that's the only available one they have. But for now I'm taking iron pills. So that's fun stuff. What else has been going on? So Peanut has been teething still. Her tooth is not cut through yet. So she's been a little bit of a fuss butt. So one thing that I found helpful, I kept hearing about these Baltic amber necklaces, and I was kind of skeptical because I'm like, how is this, you know, necklace gonna help her? Like, she doesn't chew on it. It doesn't go in her mouth. She just wears it around her neck. So I did a little research on it and of course tried it just because I like that better than, you know, rubbing Orajel in her mouth because of all the crap that's in it pretty much. So if I can find something that's more of a natural remedy, I'll do that. So we ended up buying the Amber Baltic necklace. And it helps. I mean, she's still fussy, but not as much. So you can tell when she's wearing it and when she's not wearing it. So I guess the oil, when it rubs against the skin, it helps with, you know, prevention of earaches, prevention of, you know, throats hurting, I guess, or throat inflammation. It also obviously helps with teething. So if there's, you know, if her teeth hurt, it's supposed to help relieve some of that pain. What else? I don't know, it's just, it's working for my baby. So, I mean, if you have a teething baby, I would definitely look into it. Other than that, we have bought like little toothbrushes and little finger brushes. So, every night before bed, I'll just kind of brush her teeth after her bottle. So, I'll give her bottle first and then brush her teeth just to kind of get the extra stuff out of her mouth. But yeah, so that's been going on. Other than that, she just had her 4-month appointment. She got her immunization shots, and she is 14 pounds right now. She feels a lot heavier, but she's only 14 pounds. So I'm going into the second course of class, and of course I'm freaking out again because I'm just like, I want to do good. But you know what? Like I said, it's... like I've said before, I have really great classmates. And so if there's something that I don't understand, or I'm like, oh, hey, you know, I was having trouble with this, it's just interesting to know someone else's method of how they like retain information. So if I'm struggling with something and retaining that information for it or a certain subject, they're happy to like help me and let me in on their brains and how they retain that information. Other than that, I just realized that I get my cover-up tattoos. I get them next Friday, or this upcoming Friday, and I'm on December 1st, and I'm so excited. So what I'm going to be covering up, I'm going to be covering up this, which was a cover-up initially. I'm going to be covering up this. It looks like I've had laser tattoo removal or whatever. I have not. So what happened was I got the tattoo and I wore a long sleeve shirt and the tattoo scabbed onto my shirt. So when I took my shirt off, it completely ripped the ink out. Like it looks like crap. Like it just, and I've had people be like, oh, does laser tattoo removal hurt? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, oh, on your wrist. And I'm like, yeah, like I just don't want to tell them that I ripped the whole tattoo off. Like it's embarrassing. So I'm going to cover that up and this up. not that and not that. It's going to tie into that, and that's going to be, you know, in there. So I'm just really excited. So it's going to be pretty much a half sleeve. It's going to cover up most of my forearm. I'm also going to be covering up this, which is another cover up, but obviously I'm going to get it super covered up. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. I might have told you on another video, but I'm not going to remind you. But I am so excited. Like, you know, it's, you never want to walk around with crappy tattoos, and I'm not, they're crappy tattoos. I didn't want to say they're crappy tattoos, but they're crappy tattoos. Like, the color is faded, and, you know, it spread out and, or bled out, and it's just, so I'm really excited to get a new one. Other than that, like I said, my weight has been going down. I have not weighed myself since Thanksgiving, but I actually maintained it pretty well. Like, I only ate like my roast beef, and then I ate some vegetables, which was like little baby Dutch potatoes. I had celery, onion, and carrots in it, and I baked that with the roast beef, and then I just ate like a little bit of stuffing, and I made a pecan cheesecake for my husband, and it was so good. Like, it reminded me of the cinnamon buns that they sell at the Yuma County Fair. So it was really, really good. But I only had, like, since I made it, I had 2 small slices just because it's so bold in flavor. And it's just really sweet. But like I said, I was able to maintain, you know, not going psycho and just eating a bunch of stuff. But it was really good. I hope that you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Whenever I get results from my MRI, I'll be happy to share those with you. Other than that, hopefully I can, you know, keep you guys posted. I do want to start recording my workouts, but it would just be like the longest video ever because, like I said, I don't know how to edit yet, so maybe that's something I'll look into. If you guys have any editing programs that you can suggest that I can use on my phone, greatly appreciated. Like, no lie, greatly appreciated. Other than that, have a great rest of the weekend, and I will speak to you guys probably midweek. All right, have a good one. Bye.